Hello there. My name is Doc Conrad, otherwise known as Andrew, and I want to come out and apologize. First of all, I want to say two important things. One, episode 14 will be released tomorrow. And two, Black Lives Matter. My apology comes from me not stating anything sooner. I feel it was necessary to let properly experienced individuals speak their mind about the world and situation while I'm stuck at home to ensure I don't get my parents sick, especially my father, who visits my elderly grandparents every day as their caretaker. However, my silence on this subject is one that needs to be addressed. I'm a white passing mixed individual with a Mexican grandmother who also has family in the police force. That being said, police reform must happen. I know my cousin, and I know her personally. She wants what's best for everyone, and she thinks her best role is keeping the peace by becoming an officer of the law. That's not how I see it in nearly any way at this point, nor did I for the past around 6 years. I cannot speak from the perspective of a minority, and especially not a black man, but I have empathy and understanding for a section of this country that has been shafted time and time again with acts of violence, discrimination, racism, and a general sense of not feeling they belong. We have a major problem in this country, and I need to use my small platform to speak out against the violent acts of police brutality that have occurred across every major city in the United States. It is of my opinion that we need to de-escalate the police to the point where it is nearly unrecognizable to what it is in this present day. I'm happy to see that the work that is being done so far from the protests in the United States is working, but the improper firing of rubber bullets, the beatings, the general disregard for life that was and currently is being shown across social media by the police is appalling. The reason this is my major focus is not from a disregard of the other systemic issues that black people face every day, but rather I feel I can articulate and speak out against these issues in a much more eloquent way than a secondhand account of something I personally would never face. Make no mistake, racism is real and alive today, and is a major reason why reformation of the police must take place, but it is something I cannot lead in conversation. I will elevate it and support the discussion, but it is important for me to understand what it is I am suited for. So, if you're asking what we can do to de-escalate and reform the police system, because you know that this system needs a change, but have no idea what to do, please listen. I am in no way the creator of these ideas. These ideas have been around for much longer than I am aware of. Number 1. An overhaul of priorities. Police are currently trained in a shorter period of time than most trade requirements, and what they teach is not what should be taught to keep our country safe. They profile and interrogate individuals that they are trained to believe they don't belong in the area, and a majority of this practice is towards black individuals. What they should do is practice de-escalating issues across the whole board. Number 2. A division of practices. The current police force is a one-size-fits-all. When a confirmed dangerous suspect is being hunted, more care must be taken place, but the equipment police officers currently have is just about the only situation they should be as armed as they currently are, which, as of this point, is too much. With situations involved in domestic calls, noise complaints, traffic stops, ticketing, general patrol, and more, different specialized individuals who are well versed on the rights and laws of these issues should be the ones who take care of them. Number 3. A better education. This goes hand in hand with my second point. Police are not required to know the law in which they swear to uphold, and with the current state, how could they? There is so much generalized work that the police must answer to. All they can do is get a general sense of the law and arrest people based off of gut feeling and reactionary practices. If you as a citizen know more, but the police officer does not, they're still able to make the arrest based on suspicion, waste your time, or even injure and kill you if they have any form of, quote, fear. There's plenty more I could say about this subject, but let me clear the air in saying this. I am lucky. In all my years as a passing white guy, the only time I've ever been stopped by the police was for speeding. I got a ticket, and I didn't fear for my life at all. I've had the privilege to call upon officers when I was in accidents. My family called them and asked them questions about potential threats against my school, and when I was in 6th grade, calling them for help when my dad's car was having issues and drive me back home. To me, being able to ride in the back seat of a cop car was an interesting story to tell my friends. It was a privilege to be able to call them without fear of being interrogated, talked down to, or fear for my life. That is not the story a lot of black people and other people of color experience today. In line with this, I'm donating $50 to the National Bail Fund's Network Emergency Rapid Response Fund, a charity that distributes out money for bail funds across the U.S. It was originally made for the COVID-19 crisis, but currently, donations are prioritizing supporting bail for protesters. I hope that this small contribution and the words I have stated today find you well. I hope you all seriously take care of yourselves, and you can enjoy listening to episode 14 tomorrow, Sunday, June 7th. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. And remember, Black Lives Matter.